Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachahakudash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Want to send double honor to the elders, apostles, and bishops at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and safety to the hopeful elect Akim out there doing this work. And much love as well to the scattered elect and to the few sincere women that subscribe to the true doctrine. This is the brother you call him out for the Great Millstone Camp, the branch out here in Omaha, Nebraska, coming back with another lesson, Lord willing, to feed and to edify the lost sheep of the nation of Israel through the Holy Spirit, Rahak Wadash, with the Israelites consisting of the so-called Negroes, the so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans, by the seed of your father, no matter what you may look like. And I want to do, just going more into this AI, because I came across a clip today, that piqued my interest, because what I've been getting into lately is how this AI has been taking people's jobs. Me and a few of the other brothers the other day, we did a sit down on how Amazon was planning to get rid of they are planning to get rid of 600,000 employees and replace them with robots. And I've seen something earlier today where it was like also at Amazon, and I believe it was like 30,000 people were also getting replaced on top of that 600. Okay, and just showing you how Esau Edom is a so-called white man. All right, which is still walking around alive and alive and well for the most part. He's still here. His heart's still beating. He's still walking through the earth, terrorizing and taking peace from the earth. Okay. One thing he's doing now is he's robbing the average day American citizen that works a 9 to 5. He's taking you from your job and replacing it with technology that he just created. All right. And I'll probably be playing this clip in the background what I came across today, which is you have this farm and you have these drones that are going out there and literally picking the apples from the trees, putting them on the truck, sorting them out, and doing the job that we would do. Okay, manual laborers. Esau Edom's trying to get rid of manual labor on all fronts. Right, and this is something that not this specifically, but this AI technology, the RFID, micro C-HIP in Revelation 13, that's something that the elders and apostles have been speaking on through the Spirit, man, for probably before I've been born, man. Especially the Apostle Har, who has been doing this work for 40 plus years, and you have the Apostle Gabar, Apostle Rahimlah, Apostle Rachel, been doing this thing for 30, 35 plus years. They've been teaching the same word, and now we see these things playing out. Okay? Like the book of St. John, the 4th chapter. Let's pull it up. St. John chapter 4 and verse 37. All right? It says this. It says, and herein is that saying true. One soweth and another reapeth. I sent you to reap that wherein ye bestowed no labor. So just going into how you had the apostles, elder brothers, really starting with the apostles, been pushing this word out, going into these different prophecies ad nauseum, constantly, sounding like a broken record. But the things that they're speaking on are very beneficial to salvation. They're very imperative to this to pushing forth prophecy, and this is what we know. This is the labors that we are entering into. Right? We didn't know. Hey, the apostles been in this thing 30, 40 plus years. A lot of us ain't barely even touching 30. Right? 35. Barely. The majority of us. Right? Now we're coming into this thing as babes. And we're learning these prophecies, and we're seeing these prophecies, and this is what it says. I sent you to reap that wherein ye bestowed no labor. other men labor, and ye are entered into their labors, right? Which their labors are of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. None of our works are our own, okay? So when, you got men teaching the prophecies and pushing forth things that are forth to come to pass, that's all through Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, whom this world ignorantly calls God, all right? So we've entered into their labors. And now we're teaching the same things as it says in the book of Timothy. It says, continue down the things which thou hast learned and has been assured of, right? Real quick, I'll grab that, then I'll move on and to the lesson. 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 14, but continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and has been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them, okay? So to be assured of something, that means what did you do? We became the Church of Berea, and we looked into things to how they say in the world, fact check things. We did that, all right, and we found that these things are the same things that the elders and apostles have been teaching since they started and currently teach, have been accurate based upon the assurity that we search for, all right. And knowing of whom thou hast learned them. This is why we give double honor to the elders and apostles, and that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith, which is in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Because guess what? With this technology, if this had never been introduced to us through the Spirit, like it says in the book of Proverbs 29 verse 18, it says, where no vision is, the people perish. That's how we would have been. But Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai showed mercy on us to show us what's going to come to pass and showing these different events. Okay. Now, there was something else that I seen with this AI, that I want to touch on also. It was the Albanian Prime Minister. All right. This is something I just seen today, and this article is from gadgetsnow.com. Or not Gadgets Now, Salakia, Times of India or IndianTimes.com. And it says, meet world's finest AI minister, Diella, giving birth to 83 AI children to reshape Albania's future. Which, yeah. Which I wouldn't say that word Diella, and it goes into a sun. Goes into the sun like the actual sun, so... could be a form of sun worship, but at the end of the day, when it says that there will be 83 AI children born, I took it as a parable, and reading this, Lord willing, those who are listening will receive the understanding as to why I say that, right? So reading this article, it says, in a surprising announcement that captured global attention, Albania's Prime Minister Edi Rama revealed that the world's first artificial intelligence minister, Diella, is quote-unquote pregnant and set to give birth to 83 digital offspring. The statement, made during his speech at Global Dialogue in Berlin, has sparked widespread debate across the tech and political world. While symbolic, Rama's, and this is the point where I was thinking about, it says, while symbolic, Rama's remarks highlight Albania's bold step towards embedding AI within its government structure. So it's not really that there's an actual AI robot that's pregnant. It's the fact that they know, this is how I interpret it, and I'm keeping my eyes to the street for this one, is maybe he's going to come up with 83 different type of laws or forms of constitution within Albania to back AI technology. Because it sounds like it's being used as an allegory, and this was really to keep it real. This is clickbait. This is what you call clickbait. All right. That's why I said they got their AI prime minister pregnant with 83 children. Right? Yeah, that's definitely clickbait. But we have we ought to have a sense of discernment to be able to determine, okay, well, he's not talking about literally 83 children. But we're going to see where this goes with this. You know, I'm just speaking as a man when I say that it will be 83 different forms of ways of backing this AI technology, because this whole world is going technical. All right, this whole world is going digital, right? And then that fulfills the book of Revelation, the 3rd chapter in the 10th verse, okay, which says, because I has kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which that's what the whole world's going to go through. Okay, the hour of temptation is talking about, is referencing Revelation 13, verse 15 on down to the end. Okay, that's the hour of temptation, right? And we went through it plenty of times as to why is this RFID micro C-HIP temptation, because your way of living is going to change because of the financial system. Right now, you're still able to use dollars. You're still able to use your debit card, okay? But this new technology that's going to come in is going to hold not only your finances, your bank account. It's not only going to hold that, your direct deposit and all that. It's going to hold your medical records. All right. It's going to be also a tracking device. It's going to hold up to at least 1,000, maybe like more than that, maybe like 40,000 pages worth of your personal information on it. Anything you can think of in your life that you utilize on a daily, that you may, they're going to get rid of cell phones at some point. There's no need for a cell phone. All right. We got this technology. You can do everything with this. You ain't got to remember no passwords. You ain't got to do nothing. You can do that right now with the phones. You don't even got to remember passwords. All that stuff is saved into the cloud. All right. So how much more of this technology, which is far more advanced than these cell phones, when Esau Edom brings that in, and that's going to be an hour of temptation for everybody. All right. And you see slowly but surely these different countries are going digital. Mexico just went digital. Sweden just, you had I believe it was like 30,000 people there that just got a implant. All right, you got the UK talking about you can't work over there, you can't do nothing over there without a digital ID. So everything's going digital. All right. So it says, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And when you go into that word world, I believe it goes into oikomene, which is the entire world, but let's double check it. Yep, it goes into the Greek word oikomene, which says the inhabited earth. And when you look at the news, all you see is everybody going digital. China, a very, very prominent part of the world where the high population also that are going digital. They, in order to get in a certain, I believe it was like different lines of students, and they're walking up to these, like almost like stations in a sense, getting their faces scanned, just to be able to go into school. So China and America is in a digital war with China, trying to compete with them, trying to be better than them. And in certain aspects, America and China is not on the same level, but going in the same direction. But, the same things you see going over there in China, go look up videos in China, see what they're doing over there digitally. Those same aspects are what America's fighting for. All right. This digital age is becoming more and more prominent. We're getting closer and closer to the end of this place. All right. And this is, as it says in the book of 2 Ezra, the 9th chapter and the 1st verse. All right. Let's actually pull that up. 2 Ezra chapter 9. Because it tells us to measure the time. Right. This is how we measure the time. This is what's prophesied. 2 Ezra 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, which we're seeing a lot of these signs. We're seeing the technical. We're in a technical age. That was one of the signs, which the signs are symbolic to prophecy. All right. You're seeing the wars and the rumors of wars with Ukraine, Russia, Hamas and Israel. All right. You seeing all kind of competition go throughout the world. All right. You got these Gen Z rebellions. All right. You got it's so much stuff going on in the world. And these are part of the signs. Right? Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So this is how we know that the time of our Lord Yahweh Shai visiting this earth to redeem the elect and to destroy the wicked is nigh at hand, man. Okay? So Esau, Edom, let's get one more precept and I'm going to close it out. Right? Because with his technology, this is how he is trying to become God. All right? This is how he's trying to become God, man. All right, he lost that birthright. Right, when he's eating the raw lentils. All right, or not the raw lentils, the raw pottage. Now look at him. He's trying to get that birthright back by any means, and the way he's trying to do it is trying to become God on earth. All right. So now let's get this, and I'll close it out. It's the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 21. It says, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, who is still live and well, walking through this earth, creating laws, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup shall also pass through unto thee, and thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked." Which is talking about him going into slavery. But this is his time of rejoicing. Right, which is the point I'm conveying. This is the point of rejoicing. His rejoicing is in his NWO. All right, his rejoicing is in having the world in captivity. But the Lord ain't gonna grant him that. All right, it says in the book of Job when he's about to fulfill his enterprise. All right, Job 5 and verse 12 says he disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Right? Their enterprise is putting the world in captivity. All right. Most High is not going to allow that. Why? Because there's a kingdom that's an everlasting kingdom that's being waited upon. And according to the book of 2nd Ezra, it says that that kingdom cannot come, at least that wicked world be put down first. All right. In the book of 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter. Right. So, hey, call all of y'all Basham al-Shai for allowing us to see these times. It's a beautiful time to be a prophet. It's a beautiful time to be able to understand what's going on and to be able to counteract it through righteousness, okay, and being diligent in Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai. So with that being said, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rachah Kodash Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahweh Shai Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahweh Shai Barakatah Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. I want to send double honor to the elders, apostles, and bishops at Great Millstone. Peace, love, and safety is to the elect. Shalom.